Jean Wynn.
Lemon Jean Wynn?
Loma Jean Wynn from Coahoma.
Oh, wow.
Jean
all
Wynn.
the way out from Coahoma.
Yes.
Congratulations. What are you doing this morning?
I'm eating breakfast on the patio. The nice, cool morning.
Beautiful outside.
What are you eating?
I have Rice Krispies and grape juice and milk and coffee.
She has the best breakfast ever.
We're coming to your house as soon as the show's over. You gonna hook us
great.
Well, we just got you 2 tickets to the Russ McEwen Family Aquatic Center. You can go attend the Under West Texas Skies and swim a little later on in the evening. It's going to be a lot of fun out there. Do you know where the KBS studio is located here on Johnson Street?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. You can just come by between 8 and 5 Monday through Friday and pick up those tickets.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening. You have a great day.
You too.
There we go. You know what? We still have another pair of tickets, so keep those phone calls coming. We got rid of one number, so now our range is going to be between 32 and 62, and there's 2 numbers hidden between that range, 263-KBST, 263-5278. Just keep the phone calls coming, and we will get you hooked up with a pair of tickets to the Russ McEwen Family Aquatic Center. You're going out there under West Texas Skies this Friday. Call in also if you need to sponsor your duck.
Yes.
Heather's got to get rid of some of these ducks.
I got ducks.
Tons of tickets, but 263-KBST, 263-5278. If you know the number between 32 and 62, you'll get hooked up with 2 tickets to the Aquatic Center. And like I said, there's an ice cream eating contest. And that
I would be amazing at an ice cream eating contest because I could eat ice cream all day.
Fast?
Yes.
Like brain freeze fast?
I ate a blast in not even 5 minutes last night.
What?
Yeah.
You need to calm down with all that.
Ew.
Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. What's your numbers guess?
54.
Close.
54. You are close. It's lower and higher than 54. You can give us a call right back. 263-KBST, 263-5278. She said 54. There is one number that's just a few numbers lower than 54. So keep those phone calls coming, folks. We're going to leave the lines open until we have another winner. Remember, the range is between 32 and 62. You have 2 chances to win because there's 2 different numbers hidden in there. Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. What's your guess?
53.
It's a little bit lower than 53. A little bit lower. Give us a call right back. 263-KBST, 263-5278. Almost there. We're about out of time. What was your favorite part of today's show?
The new numbers game.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exciting. My favorite part of today's show was that'd have to be the guy killing the spider with the homemade flamethrower because I'm terrified of spiders. I'm not a fan.
Ingenious.
At all, yeah.
Yeah, way to burn down your house, man.
Yeah. Hey, today on Community Calendar, we're going to have Jan Hansen and Willa Ledford on, and there's actually going to be two different community calendars. They're going to be in the first segment, and then in the second segment at 8:30, we're going to have George Bancroft in here.
Awesome.
How about that? That's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to make you laugh because if you're not laughing, you're not living.
You've got commodes, sinks, faucets, bathtubs, food disposals, pipes, hot tubs, swimming pools, water heaters, and they all need fixing on occasion. Who are you going to call? Gartman. That's right, Gartman. You usually think of Gartman when you have a problem with heating or cooling, but Gartman does plumbing too. Gartman, when you need a plumber or help with air conditioning and heating. 267-9000.
We'll save you money at Allen's Gallery of Furniture and Appliances. Your brand source. Lazy Boy, Ashley, Lane, Best, Sealy, Mayo, Hooker, and many more. Will not be undersold on the best selection and prices in the area. Allen's 202 Scurry, downtown Big Spring, will save you money. Wow!
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. This is Alex Huddleston with your K-Best Radio Group News for Thursday, July 17th. KBST News Time is 8:01 a.m. It is currently 71 degrees here at the K-Best Studios and a bit wet in Howard County as a tenth an inch of rainfall overnight has caused some issues. The thunderstorms which passed over the county caused some lightning strikes and took out portions of power to some Big Spring areas earlier this morning. In fact, both of our transmitters had been struck by lightning, and just now we are having our FM transmitter back up and running, in addition to the AM transmitter, which was brought up earlier at 6 a.m. We'll have more about what's coming up in weather during your Pinpoint 7 weather forecast in just a moment. The Texas Department of Transportation is planning to begin working closely with Ports to Plains on another important local project. We got a chance to speak with Public Information Officer Maribel Turner for some information on that yesterday.
We are very excited to announce that the funding was prioritized for the US 87 Big Spring Truck Relief Route.
That's right. The northern section of the US 87 Relief Route could begin construction in the near future, thanks to this, with the early possible dates of construction set for next year.
This project is a high priority for TxDOT, and we have the funding now to go ahead and start the wheels in motion in preparing to start the project. It's part of the Unified Transportation Program, which is a 4-year plan for transportation projects. So this won't start immediately.
Now, although the wheels are in motion, no definite steps have been taken yet, but this does show that TxDOT is working on improving the quality of transportation in Howard County and is committed to this.
Rural Texas is a vital piece of the state's transportation puzzle, and this project will allow drivers and citizens to have a better connectivity and safer roadways, and so that's the goal of this project.
Other projects, which are also priorities for TxDOT, include a connector road in Lamesa and overpass upgrades in Dalhart. On Tuesday, one local organization received some major assistance. Howard County Volunteer Firefighter Chief Tommy Sullivan explains.
In conjunction with ConocoPhillips, we had the Bad Boy Blast. They'd done that for 10 years for law enforcement. This year, they chose to do it for the volunteer fire departments of Howard, Midland, Ector, and Andrews. And, I'm humbled that they chose us to be one of the recipients.
The Bad Boy Blast took place in June, but it took until this week to tally up the total cash for each firefighting organization, and Howard County walked away with $100,000 to use for much-needed equipment.
We're running low of our volunteer funds, and, this will help us with, getting some more personal protective equipment for our firefighters, some more training that otherwise we wouldn't be able to without these type of donations.
The Board of Trustees for Big Spring Independent School District will be having their regular session this evening, 5:15 p.m. in the high school boardroom at 707 11th Place. On the agenda, Superintendent's report from Chris Wigington over convocations and conventions, a contract with Howard County for assessment and collection of taxes, that is for the tax abatement, which a wind energy developer is asking for to begin construction in northern Howard County, and a report on salary and insurance increases for district employees. That again will take place at 5:15 p.m. this evening at the high school boardroom. In obituaries, Shelly Lopez, 15, of Big Spring, died Sunday in an Odessa hospital. Funeral services will take place later this morning, 10 a.m. at the Family Faith Center, with interment to follow at Trinity Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Nally Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Barbara Barb Hall, 62, of Big Spring, died Tuesday in Midland. Memorial services are planned for 6:30 p.m. tomorrow evening at Life Church. Arrangements are under the direction of Myers and Smith Funeral Home. And Dorothy Dotsey Murray, 73, of Big Spring, died Tuesday at her residence. Memorial services and interment in the family plot will occur at a later date in Fort Stockton. Arrangements are under the direction of Myers and Smith Funeral Home. KBST News Time is 8:06 a.m. We'll return in just a moment with more news, sports, and weather right after this.
With summer fun in full swing, you may find your family schedule is filling up quickly. Making plans for orthodontic work may not be on your calendar, but orthodontics at Familia Dental is convenient and affordable. Familia Dental is located in Big Spring, offers free orthodontic consultations, $199 down, 0% financing, guaranteed in-house payment plan approval, and monthly payments as low as $75. This is a limited time offer. Book your free orthodontic consultation with Familia Dental by calling 432-264-0205.
KBST News Time is 8:07 a.m. Coming up later this week, it's time once again for the duckiest event in Howard County, the annual duck race. This year's Lucky Ducky Derby will be taking place on Friday, July 18th at the Russ McEwen Aquatic Center. Entries are available around town for $5 apiece, or you can get 10 packs for $45. Proceeds benefit Isaiah 58 and Server with the Greater Big Spring Rotary Club. Also on Friday, Big Spring Twisted Ponies Car Club is putting together a sand volleyball tournament. Sign-ups will start at 3 p.m. on Friday with the first match at 4:30. Entry fees are $8 per person, with teams capped at 6 people. All proceeds benefit the annual Christmas toy drive. For more information, you can contact Christina Rodriguez at 432-466-1267. Don't forget that today is the day for classes to begin with the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Services over type 2 diabetes. The Do Well, Be Well with Diabetes classes start at 6:30 p.m. this evening. For more information or for last-minute signups, you can contact Melissa Dieter at 432-264-2236. Also tonight, it's the final evening of Vacation Bible School with Holy Trinity Catholic Parish Weird Animals. From 5 to 8 p.m., the final session will begin. For more information, you can contact the church at 432-714-4930. And sign-ups are underway at the Heritage Museum for summer art classes. The classes will run from July 22nd through the 31st. Ages 8 and up can participate. Each class costs $45. That includes 2 sessions, all supplies, and snacks. Completed art projects will be displayed at a reception and award ceremony in the first Saturday of August at the museum. In sports, Big Spring Independent School District has announced that high school varsity football season tickets will be going on sale soon. Next Monday, July 21st, is the first day that tickets will be available for purchase. Each ticket book includes 4 home games and costs $20. For more information, you can contact Kay Cook at the Athletic Training Center at 432-264-662. And the West Texas Dream Coahoma girls softball team has qualified for the USSSA World Series tournament, and they need some help getting there. This tournament is the highest level of competition available to girls this age and an incredible honor, and they need help. Sponsorships are available. All sponsorships are tax deductible, and names will be placed on a banner that will hang outside the dugouts during games. For more information, you can contact head coach Brianna Connor at 432-213-6646. In Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers are beginning their next series tomorrow evening. First pitch is at 6:07 p.m. when the Rangers kick off a new series against the Toronto Blue Jays. You can tune in to the Mighty 1490 KBST AM for full coverage of that game. Also tomorrow, the Houston Astros start a series against the Chicago White Sox. In the minor leagues, the Midland Rockhounds were defeated last night by Corpus Christi, final score 5-2. This splits the 4-game series they had against the Hooks. Tonight, they'll start a new series against San Antonio at 7 p.m. And in soccer, FC Dallas has a game this weekend against the New England Revolution. FC Dallas is currently ranked 5th in the Western Conference. That game will begin this Saturday at 8 p.m. in the Toyota Stadium in Dallas.
The forecast you need when you need it. K-Best Weather.
In weather, today's high estimated at 93 degrees, tonight's low 66. 40% chance we could have some more precipitation today, possibly in the form of showers, maybe even some severe thunderstorms. As we head into tomorrow, that chance of rain will begin to taper off, although the wet weather is expected to drop high temperatures down into the upper 80s. And by Saturday and Sunday, a return of sunny skies is expected to bring highs back up into the upper 90s, with a chance of cracking 100 degrees before the end of this week. KBST News Time is 8:12 a.m. This has been Alex Huddleston with your KBest Radio Group News. Coming up on Community Calendar, we've got Jan Hansen in to talk about the Native and Adaptive Plant Garden. And don't forget to stay tuned for a special second guest this morning with George Bancroft talking about career opportunities with Big Spring Independent School District. But first, we've got the Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith, brought to you by the Churchwell Agency.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, the Bankhead Highway. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. How is insurance like fast food? Answer, for savings, the combo is the way to go. Yes, you want fries with that, and yes, you want to combine your auto and home policy with Farmers to save hungry. Hundreds. I got to stop scheduling these recording sessions so close to lunch.
If you want answers about saving money, you want a Farmers agent. We are insurance.
We are Farmers. Tommy Churchwell is your local Farmers agent carrying life, commercial, and oil field insurance at the Churchwell Agency, 2303 Goliad.
The Bankhead Highway was named for a senator.
Senator John Bankhead, who was over the Good Roads Association that was established in 1913. It's a national highway. It went from Washington, D.C. to San Diego, California, and it was the nation's first all-weather coast-to-coast highway.
Any part of it left?
I think down toward maybe Eastland, Ranger, there are some original parts of the road still left down there.
When was it built?
They determined the route in 1917. By 1921, construction was well underway. At that time, it was mostly rock road.
What cities in Texas did it go through?
Well, in Texas, it went from El Paso through Dallas-Fort Worth and then to Texarkana.
That's Patty Ferris, curator of the Heart of West Texas Museum in Colorado City.
In 1930, the Highway Commission awarded a contract for $371,775 for 20.2 miles of concrete pavement that went from Westbrook, which is in Mitchell County, all the way across to the Nolan County line. So we were possibly one of the longest and possibly one of the last gaps to be paved. The Bankhead became part of the route that was known as the Broadway of America. And if you go through some of the towns, a lot of those main streets in some of these towns like Sweetwater, where it went through Sweetwater, Texas, that street today is called Broadway. The same thing for Roscoe. So Broadway of America was kind of its nickname.
Did it eventually become Highway 80?
Yes, it became Highway 80, and then later on it gave way to Interstates 30 and 20. 20 merged with I-10 out in far west Texas.
There seems to be a lot of attention on the Bankhead now.
The Texas Historical Commission is doing a kind of a commemoration of the Bankhead right now.
It needs a song.
We need someone out there to come up with a Bankhead song. That would be great. In a show, a TV show, you know.
Patty Ferris of Colorado City. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Check out these fantastic savings at Fuller Foods in Colorado City. New York steak family packs, $4.99 a pound. Boneless pork tenderloin, $3.99 a pound. All beef patties family pack, $2.99 a pound. Pork stew meat family pack, $1.99 a pound. Top round steak, boneless beef, $3.79 a pound. Assorted packs of Coca-Cola bottles, $2.99 a pound. 20 packs of Budweiser, $16.99. 24 packs of Coors or Miller Lite, $21.99. You'll find these savings and more at Fuller Foods, 405 Hickory Street.
Better buy from Benny, and you'll get a better buy. Now, when we say you'll get a better buy at Benny Boyd, we mean it. But what exactly does a better buy mean for you? That's simple. It means Benny Boyd will beat any dealer's price in Texas on a new Chevy, GMC, Buick, or Cadillac vehicle. And he'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, free of charge.
Ain't no better way to buy, so don't you even try to make it worth the drive.
That's right. You can buy your new vehicle over the phone at a guaranteed lower price and have it delivered at no extra charge. And we have over 800 cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. You'll find the perfect vehicle at the better price. And that, my friends, is what the Benny Boyd Better Buy is all about. So come get a better buy from Benny Boyd in La Mesa at 2713 Lubbock Highway.
Better buy from Benny and you'll get a better buy. That's Benny Boyd, y'all.
Find new roads.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas. How does your typical Texas mom stop the afternoon munchies?
Mom, we're hungry!
With a quick stop at DQ. From great DQ desserts like the S'mores Blizzard to classic dip cones, shakes, sundaes, and more. For the best treats and eats in Texas, there's only one place to stop. DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
You're listening to KBST AM and FM. It's time for the KBST Community Calendar, a daily program that focuses on the issues and events that affect our community.
Good morning. Welcome to Community Calendar. This is Alex Huddleston, and I'm joined this morning by Debbie Wegman and Jan Hansen here to talk about the Native and Adaptive Plant Demonstration Garden. How are y'all ladies doing this morning?
I'm good.
And so this garden, it's out at the Dora Roberts Community Center, right?
That's correct. I was going to tell you a little bit how it got started. Willa Ledford and I, she and I co-chaired the committee that started it, but we attended the Keep Texas Beautiful conference last year. And at that conference, one of the seminars was several towns that had done demonstration gardens. And when we got back, this is a grant. We received a grant through Keep Texas Beautiful and Lowe's. Actually, the grant came from Lowe's, but sponsored by Keep Texas Beautiful. So we applied for that grant. We got it, and so hence our demonstration garden.
Nice. It's funny you mentioned Keep Texas Beautiful because it was just a couple weeks ago, wasn't it, that Johnny Womack has been named the new president of that?
He did. He was.
We're very proud to have Johnny among us.
Yes. Anyway, the first thing that we had to do is try to pick a site. And in looking across Big Spring, we decided we wanted to be somewhere that it could be viewed by the most traffic. And so we picked Dora Roberts Community Center. And Debbie was very helpful. And, of course, we're both members of, she's a member of Keep Big Spring Beautiful, too. And so she agreed to let us do our garden out there at the center.
Well, it wasn't actually just me that agreed. I actually took that to my committee that oversees the hotel tax. And so
you didn't just declare, we're doing this.
Yeah, right. Went through the proper channels. And those flower beds needed some attention anyway. They were getting rather overgrown and were not really looking that great anyway. So I had in the back of my mind that we needed to do something with those flower beds anyway. So when this came up at the Keep Big Spring Beautiful meeting, I suggested that we do it at Dora Roberts. And then I took it to my committee, and they were very supportive of the project, and the city was also very supportive of the project and helped us quite a bit.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. To get it started, in order to get those plants out of there, they had tractors and several other people, and Debbie can probably tell us who those people were. I can't. Wow. Anthony was one of them.
It was employees of our city parks department. Of course, the community center is in the park, and the parks department, helps maintain that facility for us, at least the exterior of it. So they were willing to come out and brought some tractors and pulled up some of the bigger plants that we had for us, since Keep Big Spring Beautiful doesn't really have the kind of equipment needed to do that. And the city has always been a great partner with Keep Big Spring Beautiful, so they were more than willing to do that for us.
Yes, and so this project has been happening over about a year.
Oh, wow.
It's taken us that long to get it to where it's now ready for people to go and view. We had to prepare the ground, and what we used, the first the first monies that we got from Lowe's was $600, and we used that money to prepare the beds with the compost and the weed barrier and that type of stuff. Yes, and the mulch. And so there's been 15 to 20 Keep Big Spring Beautiful members who have we started, I think, in September, and then did planting and stuff in October. So we had members of Keep Big Spring Beautiful out there helping plant and get it ready.
Oh, wow. And so if you head out to the Dora Roberts, you pull into the parking lot, what are you going to be looking at that is going to be the native and adaptive plants?
Okay, there's 4 flower beds four beds in front of the center, and one around at the back that we have planted. And I want to also mention that all the plants are from local Johansson's. Terry Johansson was very helpful to us in helping us pick plants, and then her guys also came and did the water system, redid that. It already had one, but they reworked it and redid and made it better. So Johansson's has been a real help to getting that garden underway. And so all the plants came from out there. What we want to see is everybody come and look and see what's actually adaptive to our areas, and then maybe you see something you like and see that it's working and go and put it in your garden or your bed at home. If you were like me, I'd go out and pick out plants that I really thought were pretty and then take them home, and then they didn't really work for me. They might for somebody else, but my thumb is not green. So, but anyway, what we want you to know is that these plants have been there since September, and they are established, and they're growing, and they're really looking good.
They're really filling out, and I think they've really enhanced the appearance of the facility when you drive up to it. There's color, and they're not overgrown, and they look really good. And because the garden looks so good, we also decided that we wanted to add a little to it, so we added some really nice benches out there that are kind of right next to the garden. They're red and black benches that people can sit on and enjoy the garden. So.
Now, since these are native and adaptive plants, have you guys been able to water them less, turn off the sprinklers a little bit more?
Well, to get them established, we've stayed within our limit and done what we needed to do, but we have had to water them a little bit more by hand and try to get them established. Once they're established, the grasses are doing fine without any extra water. The other thing, when you pull up out there, to the right, we have a box that has a brochure in it. That brochure has every plant that's out there in it, numbered, and when you walk by the plants, there's a little sign, what do I want to call it, a sign that has that plant name on it and the number. So you go to the number in the brochure, and it gives you the plant name plus the botanical name for it, and a little bit of description on that plant and what you need to do. And so.
Okay. Now, real quick, what would y'all say is each of your favorite plants that are out there right now?
Well, I personally like the grasses because I think they fill in, and they're very hardy and don't have to take a lot of water.
Yeah, there's a Mexican feather that's really pretty out there, and then one that I had not seen, and it's really beginning to thicken up and be really dark green, and it's called muley grass, and I like that one. But the Mexican, I'm not going to. It's the Mexican.
You've got the brochure
here. I
do
have the brochure here. Anyway, it's got a yellow flower on it, and it's one of my favorites too. So
the Mexican bird of paradise.
That's it, Mexican bird of paradise, and it's really a neat plant too.
I noticed you got the purple sage out here.
I do. We do. And you know what's funny? And I'm learning a lot too. There's some. Well, I'll have to look for it too. But Terry and I have walked Scenic Mountain, and it's growing in the wild up there. So it is a plant that is adaptive, and you know how much water it doesn't get up there. So,
and we didn't completely take all of the plants out of the flower beds. There were some crepe myrtles and Yopon hollies that we kept, and because they were kind of stable and they were alive and doing well. So we didn't want to do away with plants that weren't doing well. We just got rid of the plants that weren't doing so well.
Excellent.
And that Dusty Miller is the one that I was trying to tell you is the one that's up on Scenic that we have a little bit in our garden. It's doing better on Scenic with less water than it is in our garden where it's getting watered. But still, it's a native plant, and it's doing well.
Well, awesome. Since it seems to be a success out at the Dora Roberts, have you guys made any plans for maybe continuing, going to other places in the city and putting in more of these plants?
Well, we are fixing to start a project at the YMCA, and it's been funded by a grant too that came from. I'm gonna let Debbie talk about that one.
Well, we had applied for a grant to the Big Spring Area Community Foundation, and got some from them, and then Keep Big Spring Beautiful dedicated $2,000 from our budget.
Nice.
And those funds actually came from our business members that help us every year and join Keep Big Spring Beautiful by giving us a membership fee, and we can do projects with that. So we've got $4,500 to go towards the YMCA project. If you'll drive by there, you'll already see that project's begun, and we've had all the trees trimmed out there, and it's already looking so much better. But over the next few months, I think you'll see a lot of changes. And the YMCA is a place that a lot of our citizens go and utilize, and so we want it to look good and represent our community. So.
Well, that's definitely something to look forward to.
And another partner that we have that I want to mention too that's helped us with signage out there is Super Rod. They have helped us with getting some signs out there to direct people and help them. So we appreciate that sponsorship too. On the brochure, when you pick up the brochure, there is a email address, and we would appreciate comments from anybody that would like to comment about what you see or what are questions that you might have. I think there's a number on there to call if you have a question. There.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we want to hear from you. So let us hear from you.
That number is 432-264-6032.
Yes, or the email address.
Or the email address.
Yes, and that email address is Peggy Hopper, who is our president.
Right.
Peggy Hopper at yahoo.com.
That's it.
Okay. Well, perfect. Thank you both so much for coming in, and definitely get out there to the Dora Roberts. Check out these plants, and something to look forward to at the YMCA.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us.
This has been Alex Huddleston along with Jan Hansen and Debbie Wegman here on Community Calendar talking about the Native and Adaptive Plant Demonstration Garden at the Dora Roberts. Stay tuned because in just a moment we'll be back on Community Calendar speaking with George Bancroft about some career opportunities with the Big Spring Independent School District.
I remember the look on our kids' faces when I told them we were going to Schlitterbahn. You'd think I just told them that school was canceled forever. I remember how excited our 10-year-old got when he saw the miles of tube chutes and slides, the waves, the rivers, and the thrilling adventures. Our teenage daughter was so excited she even forgot that her cell phone was stashed in a locker. And believe me, that's saying a lot. I remember the whole family sharing tubes and holding on for the ride. That's right, my kids were actually sharing. Even my husband was laughing like a kid again, and that was just when he found out that parking was free. We shared a lot of fun on our family vacation to Schlitterbahn, and I'll hold on to the memories forever.
Hold on to your family and summer fun at Schlitterbahn Water Parks. With unique experiences in New Braunfels, Galveston Island, and South Padre Island, there's something for everyone. Purchase tickets, make resort reservations, and view water park schedules at Schlitterbahn.com.
It's the hottest, coolest time in Texas. We're going to Schlitterbahn.
Hi, I'm Sheila Abasab. I invite you to come to the Sonic. Start early in the morning on your way to school or work for a scrumptious breakfast burrito and one of our world-famous drinks. Short on time? Try Sonic's lunch menu of burgers, fries, conies, tater tot sandwiches, and onion rings with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper or a cherry limeade. At happy hour from 2 to 4 p.m., all fountain drinks are half price, including my choice, delicious Dr. Pepper. In the evening, drive in and have a blast and other ice cream desserts. See you at the Sonic.
K-Best News is Howard County's news leader. We're there when you need us.
Find shelter immediately.
With all the information you need to keep you and your family safe.
You can access the tunnels for shelter.
Whether it's 95.7 or 1490, we're there from the start, and we'll stay with you until it's over.
We'll have updates as information arrives.
When there's smoke on the mountain or clouds in the air, K-Best News is there.
And now, let's get back to Community Calendar on KBST.
Welcome back to Community Calendar. This is Alex Huddleston, and I'm now joined in the studio by George Bancroft, the Community Relations Advisor for the Big Spring Independent School District.
That's pretty accurate.
Oh, did I get the name wrong?
It's a coordinator.
Coordinator. Oh.
Which is really it's a somewhat deceptive title right now. I mean, my primary function right now is human resources related. I'm recruiting teachers, and that's part of what I'd like to visit with you about today. But before I go too much further, I want to make sure that we re-announce, because I know you guys have been for us, the kindergarten and pre-kindergarten registration. You know, for any of our anybody that's starting kindergarten or pre-kindergarten, they need to go to that records and registration building on Goliad. We start that Monday, and they'll work Monday through Thursday. They'll be registering students. Friday they won't be there Friday, and then it's a Monday through Friday through August 21st. And anybody that's new to the district as well. If you've moved in and you got students that are going to be going to school here, then you need to go by and get them registered. And of course, very often you need to be prepared with your shot records and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah,
and like Social Security numbers,
yes,
information like that. Don't you also require some sort of like a bill or a lease agreement?
Yes,
like
and
that
they need
prove?
some kind of proof of residency. You know,
Right.
we don't want any Minnesotans going to school down here. Can't have that.
Oh man! And so, but the main thing we're here to talk about today is jobs out at the district.
Well, and I wanted to come by and just let anybody know. You know, there are, I'm sure there are, well, I know there are. I've hired a few people around town that were, you know, wandering around with a bachelor's degree in this back burner project. They, you know, always, I've always wanted to teach. Well, you know, you can do that. You know, somebody's got a bachelor's degree. We can get them in an alternative certification program and get them in a classroom, and we still have enough time to do that by the time the year starts. We still got,
wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a doable project, and you know, if you're that kind of person out there listening and you've always said, boy, I'd love to work with kids. Well, we still need a kindergarten teacher, a first grade teacher, a second grade teacher, a third grade teacher. I don't have any fourth grade positions left. I think I've got 3 fifth grades. And then I need 2 choir directors. I need a junior high choir director and an intermediate choir director. And there's some positions left at the junior high, 2 positions at the junior high, 2 at the high school. I believe they're math and science, but they're tied to coaching at this point. So yeah, we're looking for some folks. It's not a situation that's unique to Big Spring. There is teachers are a scarce resource out here right now. I was talking two nights ago. I was visiting with a person that a lot of people in town may remember from the past, Brian Rawson, you know, who grew up here, and he was for a long time he did what I do for Ector County school systems. And he's now a co-athletic coordinator, but he was sharing with me, Ector County is still 200 teachers short to start the year. Yeah, I'm glad we don't have that issue. I'm confident we'll get ours filled, but we're not done yet. And you know, if that describes you out there someplace, and you can call me. You know, call the district office at office 264-3600. I'd love to visit with you. And there's a lot of exciting things going on in Big Spring, and certainly in the school district. We're doing well. You know, we showed some improvement on our academic end of what we've done over the last year. We got a lot of work to do, but it was nice to improve a little and see some signs of better things on the horizon. You know, Big Spring's always had a path to an excellent education. I mean, we produce everything from doctors to NFL quarterbacks and Indian chiefs, but we need to widen that path. And and get more people on it, and we're getting better at doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I was really surprised when I first spoke with you. I want to say it was like last month or the month before, and you mentioned that you don't necessarily have to have a teaching degree in order to get that certification, in order to work towards it.
No, you don't. And I didn't get a teaching degree. My bachelor's degree was in marketing, business and marketing. Now, I went back to school for 18 months and did a university-based alternative certification program, but there are much easier avenues than the one I took. You can sign up with one of these organizations like TexasTeachers.org or I Teach Texas. The Educational Service Center in Midland also will sponsor a person, I guess you would say. And there's observations involved in it, and there's some out-of-pocket expenses over the course of that first year that you teach, but oh yeah, you can do it. And I said before, when I was a student, it always bothered me a little that I could be reading Huckleberry Finn and Mark Twain couldn't get paid to teach that course. That always seemed a little absurd to me, and it's less absurd than it used to be. And there's a path for talented people that want to help educate students to get there that's less conventional than it's been in the past, and that's a good thing for all of us, I think.
And so, what exactly can someone expect if they begin one of these programs and decide to come work for the district?
The challenge of a lifetime. Teaching is a great job. I've been 11 years as a classroom teacher, and it's challenging, and because you're really in the human business. I mean, you have a content area. You may teach science or social studies, but your real strategy and your ability to make a difference is not measured entirely in the depth of your content knowledge. It's measured more in your people skills and how you can work with people and you work with them. That's some people, I don't know how to handle kids. Well, don't handle them. Work with them. You handle cattle. You work with people. And I always try to take that attitude in the classroom, and I had some success. I certainly wasn't the teacher that my wife is or that I'd like to be, but I enjoyed doing it. It's very rewarding. It's I often told my students, I don't measure success entirely on how you perform academically. I measure success and that I have a part in that success when I see you at Walmart when you're 25 and you're on the way to the ball game with your son or your daughter, and you've got your spouse with you, and you're living the American life. You got a job and you're a productive part of the community, and that's really what being a teacher to me is all about, is helping young people achieve their potential. And so if that appeals to somebody, they need to teach.
Awesome. Well, say somebody's listening right now. They think, hey, that sounds great. I want to give that a shot. How do they get in touch with you?
264-3600. Just call the district office and ask to speak to George Bancroft, and it may be a 30-second conversation or a 3-minute, and we may determine in that very short period of time he's probably in something you should pursue. But it's equally as likely that I could send you to call somebody like I Teach Texas. They'll evaluate transcripts and tell you what you're up against in terms of getting paid as a full-time teacher with all the benefits that go with that, from the health insurance to the 2-month-long vacation. That's a great part of teaching. It's certainly not the best part, but it's attractive. I've always said the best thing about teaching, it's not really the vacation that's great. And I've done a lot of different things in addition to working in this business, but the biggest luxury of being a teacher is that twice a year you get to turn your brain off. You get to the end of a semester and you can completely disengage from strategy and just a day-to-day grind.
That's been building up over the last few months.
Anywhere else I've worked, and in the job I work now, I'm a year-round employee now. You just get about finished with a project, and here comes another. And that's okay. But there is a profession where that's not necessary. And so I don't know how you put a price tag on that, but it was worth a lot to me, particularly when I was younger. And there were things that I was still, I played music for a long time, and it was nice on occasion just it was right. It's been very good for my personality, and I operate well that way, and I think some other people do as well.
Excellent. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add, George?
Only one thing. I wanna just say how sad we are, saddened by the recent passing of Shelley Lopez. It's just tragic. She was a student of mine at the junior high, and I knew her very casually. She's a year younger than my oldest daughter. Just a beautiful young lady, and also the other students in the vehicle are in my prayers as well. I know Charlie Green really well. He was one of my students, and I know William, and those are good boys. The other individual that was in the vehicle, I didn't know her, and her name hasn't been published anywhere, so I'm not going to mention it. But I had her older sister in class, and I know they're good people. They're all from good families, and I think all of us at one time or another, we were young, went out for a summertime adventure, and most of us were fortunate enough that maybe nobody ever knew, or we just went home the next day and life went on for us. And in this case, it's been very tragic for one family in particular, and certainly that tragedy, it reverberates to the whole community, and I just feel terrible about it. The funeral's this morning at 10, and I'm going to go. And Mike Ritchie, I talked to him yesterday. He's going, and boy, just pray for some healing for a lot of folks.
Well, thank you so much for coming on this morning, George.
Oh, my pleasure. I enjoyed being here.
This has been Alex Huddleston along with George Bancroft on Community Calendar, talking about education or opportunities in the education field with Big Spring Independent School District.
You've been listening to the KBST Community Calendar on KBST AM and FM, on KBST.com, and on Cable Channel 2. If you'd like to have a community issue or event featured on Community Calendar, contact the KBST Programming Department at 267-6391 or email program